my lovely Sagittarians, welcome to your May 2020 Love and General reading. I am Gemstone Tarot and you are Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. Ooh. Cross watchers, everybody is welcome, okay? That's interesting because that card has come out for you every month for about the last 4 months. Just tidying up my rather messy tarot table so there's actually room to do your reading, Saggy. Okay, what do we need to know? Oh my God. Okay. What do we need to know for Sagittarius? Sun, Moon, Rising. Very nice. Oh, this is lush. Saggy! This is gorgeous. Lovely. I feel like there's one more needed. Yes, that was the one. Okay. Saggy. Overall energy card, Justice. Nice. Take note of the sword because there's quite a lot of good sword cards in your reading, okay? Normally we wouldn't say that. If there were sword cards in the reading, you'd be thinking to yourself, oh my God, you know, what's going on, trouble and strife and all that. But these are quite positive sword cards. We've got Justice, which is the sword of truth, but it's tempered by that Libran quality of the scales and the wisdom of the owl. Here is Athene. I always think it looks like one of those commercials for floor cleaner as well. Really want to go and mop the floor. She's Athene is the goddess of, she's kind of the goddess of war, but she's the goddess of intelligence in war. I think she was born out of Zeus's head. And that's why Athene always has really impressive headgear on, because she's about strategy and intelligence. You have needed, I think, for the last probably 2 or 3 months to become more strategic than you normally are. We've talked about this. Do you remember? I think it was a couple of months ago. We talked about someone chasing you down the street with a spreadsheet. Trying to pin you down, okay? I do feel that energy is here, but I feel it's changed. I feel that it's kind of become clearer and matured, okay? So we have here the Knight of Swords. Very much a direct energy. We've got Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And Knight of Swords comes with a message and it's pretty clear, you know, it's like, whew, not messing, really direct. I'm here. It's like when you see stuff like, I don't know, Game of Thrones or things like that, and somebody's got a message and they've ridden in on a horse, you know, and everyone's chit-chatting or fighting on the battlefield and they come in, I have a thing, Godoing, you know, and then they read it and it's clear. And it usually comes from some kind of higher up. And guess what? We got the Emperor. There is Zeus. Ready to send messages out. Ready to control, the CEO. Lots of you Sagittarians have not issues, but experiences with how you stand with authority, okay? The Emperor is the CEO of the tarot. The Emperor is also the father of the tarot. You know, the big daddy, he's in charge. That kind of energy. For some of you, I feel there's been a battle in your existence for the last few months about who's in charge, whether it's you or whether it's someone else. Well, it's about to be you, okay? You're going to sit in that hot seat. You're going to sit in that throne. You're kind of going to become the CEO of your own life. Now, I really like this energy for you. It brings you fortune, which is a very Sagittarius thing. It brings you luck, it brings you fortune. Fortune favours the brave, quite literally. Now, take note as well that you also have in your reading, and this is quite unusual to get, the Emperor and the Empress, the mother and the father of the tarot. The divine masculine, the divine feminine. And I feel like for you Sagittarians, the divine masculine and the divine feminine forces are going to be at play. This is whether you are male or female. This is the psychic, the passive, the magic, and the active, the organised, and the yang, okay? It's kind of mixing together. Now this is very, very potent, and if it's going to be expressed in a Sagittarian way, we're going to do the arm thing, okay? Jupiter. I love doing that for Sagittarians. This is about opening out, okay? So this could be creative, in which case this is about the feminine of ideas, giving birth to things. This is Demeter. So Demeter is the goddess of the crops, and she is happy as Larry in this gorgeous environment for 9 months of the year. And then for 3 months of the year, her daughter Persephone, who was stolen by Pluto in the underworld and goes down into the underworld, she goes off for her 3-month stint, and Demeter goes into mourning, and that's winter. Okay, so you're in the summer here, you're in the spring, you're in the autumn, you're in the productive months of the year. This is producing, this is cornucopia, okay? Now what is needed is organisation and grit, steel, masculinity and yang to put it out there. If you're coming up with something creative, you're onto a bit of a winner. Now, relationship-wise as well, something cranks up to 11 for you, Saggy, because we have this absolutely divine 10 of Cups. That is pretty gorgeous. There will be an extended reading, Sag, and the link will be in the description box. 10 of Cups, Mars in Pisces. That is, you know, Pisces turned up to 11. It's union, it's love, it's boom, boom, boom. It's powerful. Some of you might literally meet someone, okay? Because you also have the Fool. Gorgeous card, new beginnings. And I don't normally have to say this to Sagittarians, but it may involve a slight element of having faith, having blind faith. You have to remember with the Fool that he is going off the edge of a cliff. Has he got the dog on that one? Normally there's a little dog who's kind of snapping at his heels and warning him. He is going off the edge of a cliff. He is the 0 card of the tarot. He's the beginning of the major arcana, archetypal Fool's journey. But he has the energy to start. You know, if we're full of fear and if we're full of trepidation and if we want a map and if we want a guarantee, we're probably not going to go on the adventure. And he's ready to go. He's ready to rock and roll. And I feel like this leads you to the 10 of Cups, fortune favouring the brave. Now, probably this is with an air sign, because this chap has turned up again. The King of Swords. I said, notice the swords, because we've got Justice. And who turned up right next to him but the Queen? So we have the masculine and feminine of swords. The King and the Queen, these are a couple, these are counterparts. Now you'll notice that both of them are quite kind of steely looking, okay? They're not kind of in the coochie coochies and in the feels. This is somebody, especially if it's somebody just brand new, this could be you meeting somebody that really pulls you together. And I know that sounds a bit weird, but let's say you're a normal freedom-loving Sagittarian, you know, and what I've noticed about Sagittarians, and it's the same with Pisceans, we have a lot in common, is you have a freedom in your look, okay? So it's not that usual to see a Sagittarius very buttoned up all the time. You know, I'm ironing my shirt every day, everything has to be just so. Not really, more of an expressive look. But the person who you could meet is somebody who is that way. You know, Libra kind of does spring to mind because Librans are usually very well put together. But just look at this energy here. You know, somebody who is demure or careful or put together. And again, the King of Swords. Yeah, he's in a toga. But he's very neat. I feel like you may meet someone who is the absolute opposite of you. And opposites don't half attract in this case, okay? Because look, we also have the Ace of Wands. Very nice. The Rocket of Desire, the Prime Mover, the #1 fire stick. This is very good news. Aces are good news anyway because they're aces. They're like starts, they're new beginnings, they're power. I don't know, they just really feel good cards. But when you get the Ace of Fire for a fire sign, it's like, baby, someone's going to light the touch paper. Woof. There could be quite a hot connection with somebody who doesn't seem like they're a hot connection. I really like it. And also, to get the Emperor and the Empress in a reading with the King and the Queen of Swords is very strong. And for some of you also, this may be to do with the relationship that you're in at the moment, really going to the next level with somebody, because there's no messing about when you're getting the Emperor and the Empress, the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. All these people kind of know that they belong together. You know, they've taken it to the next level already. There's a level of maturity about it. So if you're wondering about a relationship that you're in at the moment, it does look like it could get turned up to 11. 6 of Wands, winner, winner, chicken dinner. Okay, this is nice. This is lucky. This person somehow brings you luck, even though they wouldn't look like the kind of person that could bring you luck. The only wrinkle in this is you have the 5 of Pentacles. And the 5 of Pentacles is when you take that spiritual walk in the snow. When you take yourself out of an equation. And just for a few of you, there may be a work situation where you have to compete with the King of Swords. Now this has come up for Sagittarius for the last 3 or 4 months, that King of Swords, okay? Now you've got a king and a queen. So if this is a work situation, it could be male or female. It could be a team. It looks like a team who are incredibly clinical. It can even be an audit. Yeah, it could be an audit. So just be aware of that. Let's have a look at your Chuck Spezzano love cards. Wow, these are interesting. The person that you're going to meet, I think, has a purpose in your life. Yeah, some of you are very, right. Fear of commitment. I don't think that's them, Saggy. I think that might be you. If this is somebody new, this is somebody who's very organised, somebody who knows what they want, somebody almost who romantically is like a romantic spreadsheet. You know, it's very, I want this, I want that, I want it to lead to this, I want this to happen, okay? We also get old wounds. They may open up, with all these swords around, they may open up old wounds in you about previous betrayals, because you have the betrayal card. And I don't think there's anything in the tarot cards that point to that as a present energy. We've got this beautiful 10 of Cups. It doesn't point to that, but for some reason, some people that we meet are meant to open us up. And even though this person seems quite closed as a person, I feel like they open your old wounds, they bring up fear of commitment, but you get the luck card of tenderness. they're also a very sweet person, and I wouldn't want you to miss out through fear. Sagittariuses don't normally miss out through fear, but if you have had some bad experiences, particularly if you have been betrayed in the past, there is going to be an element of risk to this. Do you remember we talked about that? Which is something you're normally good at, but you might feel a bit windy about this. Then you get blessed. The Oracle card, that's a bit more like it. I do think you are. I think Sagittarians are anyway, actually. Remember, you are blessed. I think that's how the Fool takes that leap of faith, because he knows he's lucky. Nice card, Saggy. Healing with the Angels, Oracle card, you get serenity. There is some emotional stuff for you in this reading. There will be some old wounds. That's what love is for, isn't it? Love brings up anything unlike itself to be healed. Course in Miracles. But that's a very delicious journey, and for you, Saggy, it's an adventure. You know, you just need to hold your nose and jump. Saggy, do subscribe to the channel. I'm going to go and do your extended reading. The link's in the description box. I'll see you on the other side. Namaste.